Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today, basically, in my very short YouTube career, I have posted many makeup videos because I like makeup and I think it's fun. But also, I did post one video showing off my Nendroid collection, and it's the video that's done the best. Every day, I look at my videos and see if my latest one has gotten any views, and it hasn't. But my Nendroid video continues to get views. It's been posted for a month, and every day there's more views, and I'm like, I guess I'm just gonna lean into that. I am being rewarded for being a weeb, and now it's my turn to embrace it. I was never bullied in high school for watching anime, and you know what? I should have been. Anyway, today we're going to talk about my manga collection. Now, I am an avid reader, I will say. Not of manga, but of novels. I read almost every day, weekday-wise, because I'll read on my lunch break for a straight hour, and then I'll come home, and occasionally if I'm really sucked into a book, I'll just read and read and read. However, I do find that I have a hard time reading manga, and here's why. So, most of my manga collection is actually from when I was younger, so probably 8th grade, going into high school, mid-high school, maybe junior year-ish, I was reading manga pretty avidly, I would say. My collection is still pretty small because I would just borrow it from friends and stuff. I would go to the library, not so much back then, but people would check out books from the library or manga, and I'd be like, hey, let me read that. So I have read a fair bit of manga. However, I feel in my current stage in college and above, and now I haven't really read that much manga, mostly because it is accessible to a certain level, to a degree. I was just at my local library because I frequent it every other week just to rotate the books that I'm checking out and stuff like that. They do have some manga there. I was looking at their collection because I was thinking about filming this video, and I was like, let me see what they got. So they do have, your classics, your fairy tale, your fruits basket, shit like that. They do have a smattering of things, but I do find that all of the manga that I want to read, they don't really have it there. Most of those stuff is older, which is fine. I'm definitely interested in going back and reading the classics. But there is more stuff that I'm into now that I would want to read, more modern manga that's out, Demon Slayer, One Punch Man, Dr. Stone, shit like that. Basically anime that I have watched that I'm okay, I know the manga's ahead of it, so I'm interested to dip my little toesies in there and be okay, what's going on? And there's always, first of all, I'll just say, people on Twitter are the worst, because if you want to follow anyone who's retweeting cute screen caps and shit of episodes, or just talking about certain anime in general, they're usually a manga reader, and they're animes only, don't interact, because they have spoilers everywhere. And I get it, they're trying to connect with other people who are deep into the whole thing, anime and manga together, to get a complete picture, which is fine. But also, I just feel it's so much easier to watch the anime for a lot of different series, because so I do have my little manga collection here. Many of these I have watched. If there's an anime for it, I've watched it. Anyway, if you have websites or apps or whatever that you know of where you can read full series of manga, I would love to hear them. I'm just gonna talk about my little tiny baby collection of manga here. I would love to have more, but also manga's like stupid expensive for like per book. And I know they're like books, you know? They're like books, they're hard work, and like they have to be published and then made into paper. However, it's still expensive. Because the thing is, I think they're more expensive in my mind now because I just don't buy regular books anymore. I used to, in like high school, I'd be like, well, what happens if I want to reread this book and I check it out from the library and then I have to wait till some like nerd turns it back in. So I would just buy all the books that I wanted. And now that I'm an adult and I have to make my own money, I'm like, that's stupid. Just go to the library, read it once. If you really like it, then you can buy it. Or yeah, then you can buy it. But like for a lot of books that I read now, I'm like, I would never pay money for this. Like they're good, don't get me wrong, no hate on like the authors or whatever, but a lot of books that I read, I'm like, this is kind of like a one-hit wonder, you know, in terms of like readability. Because like, you know, there's some books where it's like twists and turns and stuff like that and it keeps you on the edge of your seat, but like it's gonna be hard to like reread that book once you like know all the ins and outs. Anyway, tangent. Let's talk about the manga that I do own. So again, like I said, a lot of the manga that I have is from when I was in like 8th, 9th, 10th, maybe 11th grade. So they're pretty old in terms of like what's out on the market now. This was the first one that I read. I got this book at ye old Scholastic's book fair. This is the Tokyo Mew Mew a la mode. It was the first book and I was like, yo, this shit slaps. And so I got the second one and then I was like, why is it, and then I guess I just looked into it. I was like trying to figure out like more of them, and then I realized this was just like a spin-off series of the original Tokyo Mew Mew, and my mind was blown. I was like, bitch, I know what I'm doing this summer vacation. So I bought all of them. They're great. I'm not, as an adult, super into like magical girl manga and anime. Like they're fine. I like it. I would love, you know, recommendations. Like I watched a lot of Sailor Moon, and then I read this, and then I watched this, so it was fine, but I feel like as an adult, I never like kept getting into it. So if you have any recommendations for good like magical girl anime or manga, let me know. But this one, oh, so good. And in recent news, they're coming out with more, so I will definitely be picking those up when they come out. It's gonna be fun. 7th grade me is living, is thriving. So, super good. Love it. 10 out of 10. I was like, how could it ever get better than this? And then I got all of this. So, super good, super great. Loved it. Ugh. A classic. That's, you know, that was my diving point. Also, picked up at the Scholastic's book fair. Why can't I talk anymore? Was Peach Fuzz. Now, Peach Fuzz was about a ferret. And I've always wanted a ferret, but I live in California and you can't have them here. I mean, you can if you're like trying to smuggle them in, but I don't have any connects. So anyway, it's about a ferret. I only got the first 3. I'm sure it went on longer than this, but I don't know. I feel like I just dived so hard into the Tokyo Mew Mew thing that this one just kind of fell off, but I do still have these. I haven't reread them, but maybe I should. But it's about 9-year-olds. I'm like, what do I have in common with a 9-year-old? Nothing. Okay. Now this one. This one was very embarrassing for me to buy as like a 14 or 15-year-old, because I remember someone brought like the first one into like my, I don't know, like health or like literature class in like high school, and I was like, yo, let me read that, and they were like, okay. So I read the first one, I was like, love it, 10 out of 10. And then I went to buy them for myself so I could read the entire series, and being a 15-year-old and going into Barnes & Noble and being like, ma'am, I would like to buy this, It was mortifying. I was like, please don't look me in the eye. Like, first of all, it's manga, so you have every right to bully me. And then also, this is the cover. So anyway, this is Absolute Boyfriend. I do want to reread these. It's been many a year. Essentially, it's about like a sex robot who gets delivered to some girl's front door, and she's like, yo, what is this? And then he's like, yo, I'm a sex robot. And then she's like, not anymore, you're my friend, or some shit. I don't know. It's really good from what I remember. Haven't read it in a while. Maybe I should. So there's that. And then, let's just get this one out of the way. Naruto. Everyone knows what it is. I have 1, 2, and 9. I don't know why. I don't know why. So, listen, I could not maybe I'll buy 3 through 8 just so I don't look as insane, but it's a really hard sell for me to like read these, like all of them, like the entire series, because the show is so goddamn long. And I know One Piece exists out there, don't even get me started on that, but the fact that this, you know, just Naruto by itself, not even Shippuden, like Naruto is like 400 episodes. I'm not reading like 400 episodes worth of book. I know there's less filler because sometimes they just need to put like filler episodes in the anime so that they're like not, you know, burning up through the like actual content. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Hard sell for me to like actually read all of these. I would have to be, maybe when I'm like retired I'll have the time, but maybe not even then, okay? Next. This one, I got it when I went to Japan in like 6th grade. It was a great time. We got to pick out one book. My uncle lived there for like a couple years, so that's why I was there as a like 12-year-old. It was fun. It was the one time I went to Japan and I'd love to go back. I did get meningitis when I came back. Could have been on the plane, could have been in America, but now every time I think about Japan, I'm like, they gave me meningitis. Or did they? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what any of this says because my kanji reading is not up to par. Oh, look! Aww. It's my boarding pass. Is it for when I... No, it's not from when I went to Japan. Or was it? I don't know. Anyway. Oh, there's also this. Oh, wow, look. I did go on that. It was really cool. I remember at the bottom of it, there was like a Sega store, and I was like, I want to live in here. What else is in here? I don't know what this is. It's like a... I don't know. There's other stuff here. There's a lot of like Cafe Mangrove, Asian restaurant. Yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah, I got this when I was in Japan. If you know what manga this is, let me know, because I'd love to actually read the English version. Like, I've had this for so many years, and I'm like, it's fun to look at. Yeah. There's a sex scene in here, which is it's tastefully done. However, I bought this when I was in 6th grade, so I was like, holy shit. And I was like, I wouldn't let anyone like read this because, or like, you know, look at it. Like, all my cousins got like a manga too while they were there, and they were like, let me see yours. And I was like, no, don't look at it. Because I was like, oh shit, they're gonna find out. I'm gonna be so grounded. Even though they bought it for me, so whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'd love to actually read this, but, so let me know if anybody knows what it is. There's a clover. You know, there's a lot of clover aesthetics on it. I don't know. Anyway, and then we have this. Sweet, beautiful Nana. So, I have watched the Nana anime, and I would love to watch it again, and here's why. I watched it when it was on Netflix in like the year 2013 or 14. I watched it when I was at home during summer vacation, during college, and me and my niece watched it. My niece is like 6 years younger than me, so she's like a little sister. and we were watching it together, and that shit blew my mind, okay? It was so dramatic. Twists and fucking turns everywhere. I was yelling at the brunette. I mean, they're both brunette, you know. I was yelling at this Nana, this one, at every possible, like, instance. She made some decisions. I'll leave it at that. But I know, at least I've heard that this manga is still going on, which is insane to me. I bought the first 7 at like a cool bookstore in Ojai. It's like outside and it's like used books, so everything is really cheap. So it was like 7. It was like if you buy 5 or like 4 or 5 plus manga, you get them for half off. So I was like, yo, let's do it. Anyway, I haven't read them yet, but they're pretty cute and aesthetic. Yeah, so I haven't read them yet. I'm so sorry, but I would love to, because the anime, I would love to like wipe my brain clean of that time of watching it for the first time, just so I could watch it for the first time again. So I guess, you know, reading it would be kind of like doing that, but oh my god, the twists and turns, and like at every possible corner I was like, what could possibly go wrong now? And then something did. Anyway, it was a great time. It was beautiful moments. Anyway, so now I quickly want to talk about the manga that I would love to start. And if you have any recommendations for different manga or anime, let me know in the comments, because I would love to know. Also, I think I already said this, but I might cut that part out, or I might not, I don't know. If you have any like websites or like apps or something like that where you read your manga, let me know, because there's some that I would buy for full retail price, and then others that I'm like, I don't want to buy it, you know? So on my list, Given, I watched the anime and it was beautiful, and I know it was there's only 1 season of the anime, so I know that the manga's like light years ahead of it, even though there's only like 6 or 7 books. But I would still love to read it, because I loved that anime. And I know it's like music based, so there's like music in the show that I would love to, you know, you can't like read music and know what it sounds like and shit. But either way, I would love to read that. Demon Slayer, because I already know like 90% of what happens because of goddamn Twitter. And also I would love to get my feelings hurt, because I know so many people die. Why would they do that? Anyway, so Demon Slayer. One Punch Man, just because it's a classic, and they really do be taking their time on pushing out the seasons, and that's okay. We love, you know, finely crafted masterpieces, but you know, I'd like to keep up with it when I can. What else? I said something else. Oh, Dr. Stone. I love that anime. It's so good. It just had its first season. It's beautiful. It's funny. It's witty. You learn things. You learn science, you know? It's great. What else? Bleach, maybe. Specifically just for adult Hitsugaya, which I know is like at the end, and there's a shit ton of Bleach. I know this in my brain. I know this. But I'd still probably be okay with like reading it. Okay. Probably My Hero, because I know there's a lot of like, I mean, I follow quite a few like My Hero Twitter accounts, and they just seem like they're having a good time. Like, I don't know, like there's just so much going on and people are always talking about it, and I guess there's like someone who's like a traitor, and everyone was like speculating who it is, and I was like, I want to be part of this discourse. So I'd love to do that. I'd love to, I think, read the Death Note manga. Maybe. I did read the one shot when it came out like a couple weeks ago. It was really good. Made me sad at the end. Made me mad in the middle, but overall, very good. I like one shots because They're easy to read. They're very digestible. It's like, you know, it's like 20 minutes worth of reading, and then you're like, oh, great, beautiful story, I love it. I would love to read the My Hero spin-off. So like, I think it's like School Days and Vigilantes. I would love to read those because those seem fun, and I would love for them to also just become anime. That'd be cool. What else? What else? I'm like looking at my people. I guess Bungo Stray Dogs. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I love that anime. It's really good. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like basically my list is like manga for like the anime that I've already watched. So does Hunter x Hunter have an anime or a manga? I don't know. Anyway, that's about it. I've like fizzled out into nothing. Also, I filmed a video right before this, and like I'm really bad at like talking for a really long amount of time, so I feel like I'm on my very last like level in terms of like energy. So I think that's where I'm gonna wrap this up. I will have hopefully people who watched my first Nendroid video will watch this, but I will have a part 2 of Nendroid unboxings because I am horrible with my own money. So anyway, I'm rambling. This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Please leave all your recommendations for manga and anime and places to read manga down below if anyone even watches this. And according to my YouTube analytics, no one will. Anyway, thank you so much for watching if you did, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.